Hola, everyone. Welcome to Open. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche every Friday. Here's what's coming up in today's show. First up, we're joined by Lehman Center for the Performing Arts Executive Director Dante Albertie to tell us about what's going on for the remaining fall season. And after that, we're joined by Emmy-nominated TV writer and indie filmmaker Ernie Bustamante to talk about his debut feature documentary, Street Smart: Lessons from a TV Icon. Then, in honor of Veterans Day, we sit with actors Yanko Valentin-Perez and Lancelot Theobald Jr. to discuss the new film, The Veteran, directed by Will LaSalle. And lastly, our Open Artist Spotlight shines on featured actor, singer, and songwriter Phil, who performs his new hit single, Up to You, to close out the show. So sit back y prepárate. All this and more is headed your way, because now we are officially open. Hey everyone, and welcome to Open. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche for the next hour, coming to you from BronxNet Studios, inviting you to get social with us online. Tweet us and follow us on Instagram at BronxNet TV, or like us on Facebook at Open BronxNet Television. And of course, don't forget, while you're there, follow moi on Twitter, FB, Instagram, Insta Stories, and LinkedIn at Rhina Valentin. All right, so the Lehman Center for the Performing Arts is a nonprofit organization on the campus of Lehman College in the Bronx. And as many of our local viewers, know, the center has been offering a variety of culturally diverse performances to the community for 45 years. And this fall, the center has a new and exciting lineup for the public, along with a new executive director. And here to share more about what's new at Lehman, we welcome the new executive director, Dante Albertie.
Thank you. I'm the new guy.
You're the new guy.
I'm the new guy.
Well, kind of, sorta. Kind of, sorta. You're the new guy at Lehman Center for the Performing Arts.
Newish.
Yeah. Newish. Well, how's it feel to be the new guy?
It's good. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Very, very exciting. And it's the 45th anniversary season, so I'm looking forward to the next 45.
Nice.
So I'm thinking, I'll kick that off and do that right.
Nice.
And build on what was built.
Right.
Which is a wonderful legacy. So I'm very excited about it.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your legacy here at Lehman. Serving in the Lehman Stage Department, right?
Certainly.
So it's just like an expansion, we'll say.
You know what? That's actually, I like that.
Yeah? Okay.
I'm gonna use that.
All right, that works.
Yeah.
All right, so let's just share with our viewers your role within Lehman College, because you're also a professor.
Yes, so I was the founder and director of Lehman Stages. And Lehman Stages is this wonderful, wonderful program that obviously still exists. There's someone who's, taking my role over since I've moved to the center. But Lehman Stages basically makes all the spaces that are available to the college, to the public. So the Lovinger Theater, Studio Theater, we have this amazing amphitheater outside. So we work with local arts organizations to make sure they can do their work, and make sure that we give them a space that's safe and the price is reasonable. And then we also create original programming. So we have the Bronx Repertory Company, we have the Bronx Shakespeare Company, we have Herbert H. Dance Company, which sort of serves as a bridge between the academic and the professional. We try to, people are coming out of the program and we want them to be able to work as actors while they're looking for other gigs.
Right.
So all those programs. So over the years, I've gotten to know the community and gotten to know the Bronx. I've been here. 24 years or so. 24 years. Yeah. So I was really excited to sort of to take on the challenge of the Lehman Center, because the Lehman Center is it's very unique. It's its own thing, but it's a matter of scale. So in
Right.
some ways, I feel like I've been in training for the gig.
Got it.
You know, put me in coach.
For the gig, there you
You know
go.
what I mean? I've been training for it for a
So
while.
no, yeah. So yeah, but we didn't mention your role as a professor and how you also teach the managerial aspect of the work of performances.
Yeah, and that's something that I'm really very proud of, and that's really very important to me. So for the last 20 years, I guess, maybe a little more, I've been teaching performing arts management. And what we do in performing arts management is we turn the kids on to this idea that they can build their own thing, not necessarily waiting around for the world to sort of anoint them.
Right.
You know,
And or get cast.
Right.
Be at the mercy of somebody hiring them.
And listen, you know, I have a lot of people in my life, because I come up, I'm a theater director and stuff. I have a lot of people in my life who wake up every day and say, I want to act, right? And I will do everything to sort of help them.
Right.
But there's also a lot of people who want a life in the performing arts and don't know how to get there, or think that it's going to be sort of given to them, not knowing that they can create their own thing if they really want to. So it's about this idea, what I tell the kids is, figure out what the fire is that warms you and try to stay as close to it as possible. You know, because you'll do that in college, you'll get to explore all these kind of things, you'll fall in love with theater, and then, you know, life kicks you in the butt and you turn around and you're doing retail and you find yourself getting colder and colder.
Right.
Right? So if you're going to, let's create something. Let's create a theater company with your friends. And so we build nonprofits over the course of the semester. So I've been doing that for a long time, and I've had a lot of kids, which makes me very, very, very proud. A lot of kids go on and start their own thing.
Well, it is a big deal. It's a big deal because exactly what you said, right? I happen to also know a lot of individuals who work in the field, but they have what I guess we would call a parallel occupation.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But that parallel occupation doesn't necessarily contribute to their desires. And so the fact that there's a curriculum that offers the business behind the business here at Lehman, it's important for us to share with our viewers.
Yeah, we talk about that. The phrase that we use with the kids, and they understand it completely, is that acting, a lot of times acting or dancing, is the gateway drug. Right? So you go back to everybody who has sort of a life in theater, and that's how they started.
Right.
And then what happens is that if you're smart, you open your mind up to the fact that there are other possibilities. Right? So that's what we're trying to do, is turn them on to the other possibilities.
Well, I
self-actualized.
Right, self-actualizing. I like that term too. And so thank you for giving us a background on your investment within Lehman and now leading up to your new role. Lehman Center for the Performing Arts. Oh my gosh, we love Lehman Center for the Performing Arts.
I do too.
It's really extravagant. The building is beautiful, and the caliber of talent that is highlighted is phenomenal. I know we're heading towards the end of the season, but let's share what's left for our people to really experience.
So when I came in, the season for the most part was already planned, and it's an absolutely wonderful season. So we have coming up in November 8th, Three Kings and Their Queens, which is about the world at the world in New York City, Tito at the Palladium,
right?
Tito Puente, Tito Rodriguez, Machito.
La Lupe, Celia Cruz.
Right, can't leave out the ladies.
Yes.
And their music. And it's going to be sort of a, what we're billing is, it's sort of a theatrical concert event. So it has elements of theater, and it's a concert too. So I think people are really going to dig it.
Yeah, because it's from what I understand, because we did have some of the actors here on the show. We had K7, Caridad de la Luz, and Yaya. I think Yaya's playing Graciela. We forgot to mention Graciela. And what they expressed was that we were going to be transported into, I guess, an era, the 50s, the Palladium, and they were encouraging people to come dressed as such as well.
Yes, which is, I think, is going to be it's going to be a party. So I'm very, very excited about that.
And that's happening on November 8th. On Saturday.
Yep.
And beautiful. So then, what else do we have coming up?
El Canario, the legend, November 22nd.
The actual El Canario.
Yes, the actual person. Tickets are selling beautifully for that, and I had no doubt that they would because he's
El Canario.
He's an icon. And then we're doing something called Ladies' Night, which I think is going to be really, really special. And that's Deborah Cox and Estelle, Vivian Green. That's on the 29th of November. And they are amazing R&B singers. That package we sort of put together after I came in. So I'm excited to see how that goes because I'm sort of dabbling now.
Yeah, because now you're curating, right? You said some of this was already curated upon your entry.
I think next season will be the Dante season. I'm not going to call it that.
Right. No.
Internally, I'll call it that. But I think next season will be the Dante season. But there are a couple of dates that I was able to sort of say, hey, why don't we try? With guidance from my team, because I have a great team.
And so how has this been for you? It's like stepping into this role.
It's been really, really exciting. It seems a little surreal. I was in the gig for a little while and thought to myself, you know what? I'm the guy, I think. And it's not about overconfidence because if you know me, that's not me.
But you are the guy, right? And one of the things I mentioned to you on air is who better than somebody who's familiar with the content that represents the campus as a whole.
Yeah, and I think for me there's a real love for the campus. There's a real love for the arts community in the Bronx because I've been in it for 35 plus years.
Right.
There's a real my desire and my life's work at this point, without trying to sound too corny, is to create opportunities for people. So it's to create opportunities for people to perform, create opportunities for audience to see great work. That's sort of what I do. So this is sort of a larger scale extension of that. I'm really excited and thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers.
I think I'm doing okay.
I think you're doing phenomenally.
I think I'm doing okay.
I mean, come on. I'm happy that we were even able to get you on because you're so busy.
I'm very busy.
Right, but we're going to make sure we have you on every season so that we can go through the Dante curation.
Please, especially when I do the next one, I'm going to need some therapy.
You're going to
Please.
I'm happy to be of service.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, and thank you for bringing it here. Congratulations, Dante Albertie, everyone. Once again, for more information on everything Lehman Center for the Performing Arts, you can visit lehmancenter.org or follow them on Instagram and TikTok at Lehman Center. All right, stay tuned. There's more open when we return.
There's a new channel to explore, and it's bringing the classics back to life. During the day, relive the BronxNet originals that sparked conversations and built community. At night, dive into the hip-hop throwbacks that defined a generation. One destination, two powerful lineups. Now playing on Optimum Channel 952, Fios 2138, and streaming at BronxNet.tv. BX Legacy, where history meets the moment.
Welcome back to Open. All right, so our next guest is an Emmy-nominated TV writer and indie filmmaker known for his work centering Latino characters and drawing from his Arizona roots. He's written for multiple network series, developed pilots for major studios, and created the award-winning web series Border Patrol. And here to talk about his debut feature documentary, Street Smart Lessons from a TV Icon, we welcome Ernie Bustamante. Hello, Ernie.
Hi, Rhina. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for being here with us. During our past endeavors of, connecting via virtual. I'm doing all of this because it's like, it's kind of like a blessing, but it's also a reminder of a certain time that we all had to endure. But we are so happy to be able to accommodate you.
I'm so glad I could be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're going to be in New York very soon, but let's just give everybody a little background on this new endeavor that you have been taking the film festivals by storm. And the person you're highlighting happens to be my icon. And so I'm really excited to hear the style of it, because I have yet to see it, and it is your debut documentary. So just give us a little background on the storyline and angle.
Yeah, so the film is a documentary. It's a feature. It's my first feature length, so it's my debut film, and it's called Street Smart: Lessons from a TV Icon, and it's about Sonia Manzano, who many of us know, millions in fact know, as Maria from Sesame Street. Who we don't know is the person behind the character. So that's what the film is about. The film is about Sonia Manzano, how she got to Sesame Street, what she did while she was there, 44 years as the first Latina on television, U.S. television, in a regular role. She became a writer for the show, winning 15 Emmys. So it really delves into what she did on this groundbreaking children's show on PBS and what she's up to now. So those are kind of the ways that the film is broken up.
So I'm very curious to know, like, why you chose her. I mean, she is beyond deserving of this, and I am so happy that you've chosen her, but I'm curious as to what, I guess, inspired you to choose her.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm a TV writer, and that was my entry into the entertainment industry. And I've developed pilots for various networks and studios, and I read her memoir in 2016.
The
And I thought
Becoming
it would make
Maria?
a great...
Are we talking about Becoming
Yes.
Maria? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Becoming Maria, Love and Chaos in the South Bronx, read her memoir, and I thought it would make a great adaptation for a television series. And so I worked with Sonia over a number of years with a number of producers and studios, trying to make that vision a reality. And when I didn't see the show being made, didn't see it becoming produced, the pandemic certainly didn't help. That really, a lot of production got stalled. And so I thought, I've learned so much about Sonia, her background, not even just for the fictional film. I go, what about a nonfiction story, a documentary about all of her life, where I could tell all of her story as director in my own way. So that's the origin of how it came to be.
And so how long is the documentary?
Documentary is 85 minutes.
It's 85 minutes. And so how were you able to, I guess, decide what stays and what goes in that storytelling? Because she's got quite the history leading up to where she's at right now, which is she's the creator and executive producer of Alma's Way, which is now in its third season on PBS Kids.
Yeah, no, that's another good question. That was a really difficult process, the editing process throughout making this documentary, because what I find so fascinating and interesting about Sonia's story is that, when she was cast on Sesame Street in the early 1970s, at the age of 21, she's been on TV ever since. She's either been on TV or creating TV. So this is a person who has lived the majority of their life on television, making an impact, continuing to make an impact. And how do you squeeze that into 85 minutes? So, it was a challenge, but what I tried to do as a filmmaker and a director and a writer was stay true to her story and her arc as the protagonist, right? In the film, as you watch it, Sonia is someone who finds refuge in television while she's growing up in the South Bronx. And miraculously, through talent and determination, she makes it into the television, then providing comfort and refuge for people watching her. And then in the third act of the film, she is a creator of television. She's a master of the craft. So when I looked at it through that lens of those three acts, it became a lot easier to tell the story.
That's beautiful, and thank you for breaking it down like that. Because I know a lot more. I also read the book, and I've also had the privilege of interviewing her extensively at an event that I put up at Lincoln Center called Latinx Luminaries. So we were able to delve a little deeper into her upbringing. So I understand what you're referring to regarding the adversities she had to overcome, and also the responsibility that she took on unknowingly of being that one person that we all had that was what I consider Afro-Latina, because I identify as Afro-Latina, which is pretty much, during that time, was unheard of.
Yeah.
Because she was also inserting our culture into the show as well.
Yeah, and you'll learn in the film how she became a writer on Sesame Street. You know, she started out because you know, to provide Puerto Rican, and then Emilio Delgado was cast providing Mexican-American representation. And Sonia is the type of person who, she's in a new environment and she thrives in every scenario. And you're going to see that in the film. And I hope people are inspired by that. And, you know, not only is she an actress, but she's a writer, she's an author, she's a TV creator, she's a producer, but also that's just her professional life.
I know,
you know,
if I'm not mistaken, all of her Emmys were won from writing. Like, she's got like, what, 17 of them?
15 to be exact.
15, okay. I was like, I lost track. Because, if I'm not mistaken, the majority of them are from writing.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's another thing that people may not know about Sonia. And that goes to really what the heart of the film is about, is who is the person behind this iconic character that we know and we love. I mean, I remember when I was working with Sonia on the TV adaptation of her memoir, trying to develop it into a show, people walk up to Sonia and burst into tears. They're overcome with emotion. They're overcome with nostalgia. And I just thought, wow, this is a person who has such an impact even today and continues to have it. And I thought, what a great protagonist for a film. And so that really drove me to, you know, creating an independent film, producing an independent film is not easy.
Right.
You know, you're operating outside of the studio system. That means you're raising money. You're trying to build a group around you that all have the same vision. But when I talk to people and I let them know I'm making a film about Sonia Manzano, Maria from Sesame Street, people immediately were like, what can I do? How can I help? And I will say, you were one of those people who are in the film. And so I think the last time I saw you...
That excites me so much. Oh my gosh, Ernie. Let me just take that in.
Yeah, and the last time I saw you, I was interviewing you for the film. And so, you know, it was really important to me to get people like yourself who are Afro-Latina to talk about what it was like to see someone that you saw yourself in growing up. Because I certainly saw, when I looked at Sonia and Emilio Delgado in the 80s, watching television as a young child, I saw my parents. I never saw that represented in mainstream television since. Very oftentimes in comedy, Latinos are really regulated to caricatures, stereotypes, mostly negative. And so, you know, we had Emilio Delgado, we had Sonia Manzano as Maria and Luis on PBS, on public media. And so not only is this a film about Sonia's amazing journey, which is so inspirational, there's also that reminder about her career would not have been possible without public media.
Right.
And reminding people the importance of public media and what public media serves.
I appreciate that more than you know, because that is where we are, unfortunately, in this particular day and age, is really amplifying the relevance and importance of public media. So, Ernie, the film itself has had a nice run thus far, because you've only just begun in the film festival circuit. So what's next?
We are really excited to have this big New York City premiere at Doc NYC. This is a really big launch for us. because we are in Sonia's hometown. And so from here, we're hoping to continue our run in 2026. And so we're in the process of lining up more festivals throughout the country. And so, like you said, we're just getting started, but we're hoping, through people like yourself that are helping us to amplify this big screening, that we really want to make a splash and let people know that this is a film, it exists. If you're interested, contact us. We want to bring it to communities. We want to bring it to schools. We want to bring it to universities, community centers, because that speaks to Sonia's mission, which has been throughout her entire life, is the education of young people. And it's not just a show for young people or about education. From the festival screenings that we have had people from all ages come and appreciate this show. And so that's been really nice to see, and go to festivals and see what is the audience reaction to the film. And that's been really nice to see, like all ages, all backgrounds really appreciate this film and appreciate the story and the message. And yeah.
Well, we appreciate you for making it your business and your mission to document her on this level of helping the broader audience understand our national treasure. It has been a part of all of our upbringing, not just the Latino community, all of our upbringing, because as far as I'm concerned, we all grew up on Sesame Street.
Mm-hmm.
So, gracias a ti, Ernie, and thank you for also including me in it, because that to me is surreal. And you happened to capture a day that we were both being honored in the same way. Like, I that's a whole nother thing for me. So, yeah, I'm just happy that you have it all on record. So, thank you for doing this.
Thank you. And that is, again, another part of the film, is cementing in history the accomplishments of the first Latina on television in a regular role. That's not just Latino history, that's American history, that's television history. And it's a person who continues to make television, continues to make an impact. And so I'm really proud of the film. I'm grateful for your participation, and I'm really excited to bring it to New York. I'm so thrilled.
Yes, and we're excited that it's going to premiere here in New York. Once again, everyone, Ernie Bustamante, and again, we're talking everything, the film Street Smart, Lessons from a TV Icon, and that is going to have its New York premiere on Sunday, November 16th, 2 p.m. at the Village East Angelica. And if you're interested in more information, you can visit streetsmart.com and or on IG at Street Smart Film. All right, stay tuned. There is more open on the other side.
What's up, creative family? Discover your voice with BronxNet community media classes. Are you ready to bring your ideas to life? At BronxNet, we offer television production classes for community members ages 18 and over, empowering you to share your vision with the world. Get certified in field production, in-studio production, and our new exciting addition, podcast production. Once certified, you can create your own show to air on one of our 6 TV channels. It all starts with our free Unleash Your Ideas Masterclass, designed to help you plan your show idea and set you up for success on your production journey. This class is offered at the beginning of each month for your convenience. Our dedicated BronxNet team is here to support, encourage, and uplift you every step of the way. Join us and become a part of the creative force that engages and inspires the Bronx community and beyond. Sign up today and start your media journey with BronxNet. Visit bronxnet.org/education to learn more and register. Let's create something amazing together.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Open. So, in honor of Veterans Day, we have a clip of a new film called The Veteran, directed by Will LaSalle. Let's take a sneak peek at The Veteran.
Stassar, what's the ETA to target?
About 2 clicks.
Jose. Come on, man, get up. Last time my route, man. Let's go. I'm not trying to get in trouble. Come on.
Thank you.
All right. All right. You're welcome.
I was once considered a hero. Now, I am discarded.
What's this bullshit, man? I'm late for work. Why don't you get a job like me?
My name is Jose Torres. I am a patriot, and I love my country.
And that was a sneak peek of The Veteran, a much-needed story that is set to be released in 2026. And here to tell us more about the film are the two of the film's lead actors. Everyone, please welcome Bronx native Yanko Valentin-Perez, who is also a Lehman alum, who plays the lead role of Jose Torres, and we also welcome Lancelot Theobald Jr., who portrays billionaire Maxwell Cade, and we're gonna talk a little bit more about the roles that they play. Thank you so much for being here with us, gentlemen. I know this is all kind of premature because the film is still in development, right?
Yes.
But we are so grateful to Will for always bringing everything to us first. Will, just as a filmmaker, is I really have the utmost admiration for the things that he's doing, because he's operating from this place of purpose and just social consciousness, which, from what I understand, this film may trigger a few people, because it really is about the homelessness as well as the mental awareness that we all need to take on a little more consciously.
Absolutely.
So, so that was the lead into, just because we only got a snippet of it.
Yes.
But I'm a fan of Will. Because not only does he make the films, he distributes them, because I saw the security guard on Amazon.
Yes, yes.
So, you know, he knows the business of it. So talk to me about your relation, how you got this role, and what it means for you, Yanko.
Well, it's definitely a pleasure and a privilege to have met Wilfred LaSalle and be able to work with him and do, films with him. I worked on one of his previous films called Graves, and from there on, I just stayed loyal to him. And every time he wanted to write a movie and produce it and direct it, I said, yeah, what can I do to help? And with that, he just kept me in his circle. And every time he had a role, he asked me, hey, I'm writing this, I'm gonna do this, do you wanna be part of this? And I said, absolutely, because of his passion that he has for the integrity of filmmaking. It's not, for him, it's not fame, fortune. It's the integrity of being able to create this masterpiece based off of his craft for filmmaking. And I can identify with that, because as an actor, that's what I look for in my passion for the craft of acting.
Yes.
So,
Which we're going to revisit that after we get to know Theobald a little more.
Yes.
Hello and welcome.
Hello. Well, thank you.
And so, you are actually a global investor.
Yes.
Right.
In the movie.
In the movie. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
In the
So
movie.
I'm like, okay, is he that? Because I keep reading, I'm like, global. Okay, CEO of Blackwood Global Investments.
Yes, that's my character. That I
Okay,
play.
that's the character.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I was like, huh. Is he like doing like real life casting?
Right, no.
Yeah. So talk to us about your relationship with Will.
Well, first of all, I just think I adore Will for not just his artistic abilities, but his relentlessness in his pursuit of greatness. I have, kind of formatted myself around some of the things that he does, because I'm a leader, but I always acknowledge people that are also leaders that I can follow. And I say that because I used to get, and I'm sure you also get emails from him at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. And he was sending me motivational videos. I said, what the hell time do you get up? And he's like, I get up every day, 3:30, 4 o'clock, and I send out 1,000 emails.
Wow.
And I'm watching him be successful. And as a person who's looking to be successful and continue, I started adapting the same thing, and now I get up every morning at 3:30, 4 o'clock, and I do my mental exercises as well as my physical exercises, and it's helped out a lot. But I met him during the pandemic because I was feeling a sense of urgency as an artist. You know, being locked down kind of made me realize that we don't have a lot of time, and there's more time behind us than is in front of us. And I started making some goals for myself. You know, I was in theater and I was feeling stagnated, and I put a reel together and I started sending my reel out. He got a hold of it and he contacted me, and the rest is history, because I noticed the passion he had, not to be famous, but to put out great art. And that's what I'm about. I'm about the art. I'm about the technique. And this is why him and I hit it off very well, because we have craft conversations about what your technique, what your process is. And that's what Will is about. And I was there for his film Hilo 3. And then he asked me to be a part of this film. And then he told me what it was about. And as soon as I found out, I started doing my research, and I got a chance to spend time with a billionaire. I got a chance to ride in a private jet and, you know, the Rolls Royce and all of that, to really be able to identify with that character.
Nice.
So it's going to be an incredible film. And I just love working against this gentleman because he's all about his craft, you know. And when you get with somebody that's not about trying to be a star or, you know, and it's about the craft, that's when you make magic.
Yeah.
You know, that's when you make magic.
I love it. I love it because, you know, again, he sent you on his behalf, right?
Yes, yes.
Which he usually does. He sends us the actors so that the actors get their shine, even though we're talking about his film, and even though the film isn't even finalized yet. But the idea is that we familiarize ourselves with what that process has been, because it's unique.
Yes.
It's very humanized, because his process, just in everything, even with us, even like my relationship to helping him, you know, amplify the story. Because, but it's just, it's organic. It's not, it isn't something that, you know, that,
forced.
Yeah, it's just, absolutely, we're going to work together to figure out how we amplify this story, even though it isn't even finalized, right? And I mean, in its development. And then there is the reason behind it, right? The reason why you took on this role. I also understand that you are a student of Dante.
Shout out to my boy Dante.
Who was just on the segment before you.
In college. Woo-hoo. Yes, absolutely. I just wanted to throw that out there. Yeah, Dante, you my boy. So yes, I am a graduate of Lehman College, and I took performing arts with a concentration in theater. And Dante was one of my professors and also one of my mentors, because every time I have something that has to do with theater, the business of theater, I always, you know, contact him. I love him dearly.
So can I just say how beautiful that is, that we just came full circle without even knowing? You didn't know he was going to be here.
I did not know he was going to be here. Yes.
Look at that.
So, but I was going to visit him after this because...
Yeah, you better clean that up real quick.
I'm a student.
Oh my God. No, I'm kidding.
I'm a recent graduate of 40 years ago.
Yeah, no, but it's a beautiful thing, though. It's a beautiful thing. I just saved you a walk.
Yes. But Will LaSalle, he adores you very much because he's seen your work prior to him being a filmmaker, and as I. So for me, this is like being starstruck to someone that, although I was right across, because when I studied at Lehman, you was here, but for me, this was like, oh, I'm not there yet. I'm not at that level. And so to be here with you and see you in person,
how flattering.
Yes.
Qué lindo.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
So
thank you. I'm here for us.
So we're both admirers of your work.
Oh,
and,
thank you for
and
that.
of you as a person.
Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
So Will adores you very much. And this is my first time meeting you, although I've seen you on TV for many years. You know, I'm beginning to adore you too.
Oh, qué lindo. All right, I'll take that. I'll take that. You know.
And we're both Valentins.
I know. I noticed that too. And I noticed you got a pile of T-shirts on
Yes.
I was like, I'm looking at this pile. And what is he going to do with that?
Because on behalf of Wilfred LaSalle and LaSalle's production, we have some T-shirts for you and your cast and your crew.
Oh, nice.
So here you go.
Oh,
Yep.
this is so nice. I appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely.
So, talk to us about the veteran. It's not going to be released before Veterans Day, but we are having a conversation about it prior to Veterans Day, and it was important for him to have you on prior to Veterans Day. So why do you think that is?
Well, because I myself am a veteran. I served in the United States Army, and I spent one tour, which is 13 months in Iraq during the second invasion of Operation Iraqi Freedom. So I was able to not only have the experience, but also the relationship with other veterans. And I still go to the VA hospital right here in the Bronx. And just to be able to speak with other veterans previous wars and the current one. And it is something that is happening still to this day. And unfortunately, there's something that's happening right now with the government where benefits are being cut. And it also affects veterans. And this film highlights some of the hardship that veterans experience.
Well,
not all of them, but some.
Right, but it's more than just a hardship. It's the disregard.
The disregard.
It's the disregard.
Exactly.
After serving.
And a lot of other issues that come with, because every veteran doesn't need the same assistance. They don't need the same help.
Right.
So to put a blanket umbrella on, well, we have these benefits, and it's like, well, this veteran or that veteran might not need that specific assistance. They might need something else. It could be mental, it could be physical, it could be psychologically, it could be emotionally. There are many things. Now, don't get me wrong. The VA tries to help as much as they can, but there are some that fall through the crack. More like a couple of 100,000.
Right, and so to sum it up before we wrap, because they're already wrapping us, you as a character are a billionaire who just decides to take on this individual who has fallen, we'll say, based on an incident that occurred on a personal level, having come back from a tour.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And he my character, it's a great story about humanitarianism. You know what I mean? About seeing something, my unlikely person like myself sees a homeless person and takes interest in him and takes him in, cleans him up, and he winds up giving him a second start. But what you don't find out until later on in the movie is why that happens. So it's this beautiful story about two unlikely characters that come together and become family. So no matter what and how much money you may have, it all comes down to family at the end.
Right.
You know what I mean? It all comes down to love.
Right.
And it's this great story about two guys who, a homeless person, a billionaire. I see him, I lift him up, clean him off, and give him an opportunity. And then you find out that he was in my business before he went to the service. So it's a great story. I'm proud to be a part of it.
It sounds poetic. It really does. Just in the little clips that I was able to see myself. Now, I don't know if this is a question to ask you because I don't know when it's being released. Is it being released on the screen or is it being distributed through the streaming services?
Foxhole. Right now, Foxhole is the first distributor that is gonna
exclusively
in spring of 2026. But the second trailer is coming out now on Veterans Day.
On Veterans Day.
Yes. So.
All right. So where can they see that?
On YouTube.
On YouTube.
Yeah, on Wilfred LaSalle's page or LaSalle's Productions YouTube page.
All right.
So yes.
Well, I want to thank you guys.
Yes.
Woo, I love my tea. I love it.
The veteran.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
spring 2026.
Yep.
That's right.
And and we thank you for your service.
Oh well,
and
we thank you.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity. Yes.
Bravo.
And you're a beautiful soul.
Always a pleasure.
Likewise. Valentin. All right, once again, Yanko, Valentin-Perez, and Lancelot y Theobald Jr. And once again, this film, The Veteran, is going to be released in spring of 2026. However, you can go to LaSalleProductions.com and or on IG at LaSalle_Productions to check out the second trailer, which I guess is going to be more extensive. And I thank you, Will, for my tea. And happy Veterans Day to our vets. And we thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. More open when we return. Hey everyone, welcome back to Open. So our next guest played the Tin Man in the recent Broadway production of The Wiz and is currently on Broadway as the role of Nuck in the musical Hell's Kitchen. And you know, Hell's Kitchen, in case you're unfamiliar, is a story loosely based on Alicia Keys' childhood. And he's here to talk about his latest project, Hurt People Squared, in the summer. And we're going to talk about everything Phil. Yeah, so everyone, please welcome today's Open Artist Spotlight, Phil.
What's going on? How y'all doing? How
that
we
was
doing?
That was a quick introduction so that you and I can have more speaking
Yes,
time.
ma'am. Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
because you have so much going on.
Yeah.
Okay, so first, I want to fan you on air because you were absolutely my favorite character and my daughter's favorite character in The Wiz, playing the Tin Man.
Thank you to you both.
Oh,
Thank you.
no. And we're not just saying that. You brought this whole other swag to the Tin Man that we ain't never seen.
Right. Very intentional on my part.
Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. I wanted to there's not a lot of representation of like young black men on Broadway, specifically in a certain light. So I wanted to like kind of bring that to the forefront. And it worked, and it did really well. I had a really good time doing it, and I think it stuck out to people. Either they liked it or they didn't like it, and that's always, I want you to feel something rather than nothing with what I do.
Yeah, it's that urban flavor, though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Very much, and it's The Wiz. It's like there should be different sorts of representation of black people, rather than just like we're all happy, and then it's like, yeah, but some of us got a little swag too. You know
exactly.
What I'm saying?
That's exactly.
It's kind of what I want to, you know what I mean? Give a little something to it.
And well, it's kind of sad that it ended so quickly.
Yeah, but as we were talking about before off air, I think if it wouldn't have ended the time that it did, then I wouldn't have been able to step into the role of Nuck in Hell's Kitchen, because my friend Chris Lee was doing the role at first. Long story, short story. I'll make it short.
No, it's all good because we want to know about your process,
Yeah.
right? Because was The Wiz your first Broadway debut?
The Wiz was my Broadway debut, yes, ma'am.
And then it's been history ever since.
Yeah, so I did The Wiz. We did a 6-month national tour. We went to 13 different cities in 6 months. It was just crazy. And then we came to Broadway after that. It's like this really unusual method of like bringing a show to Broadway. But we did the show for 6 months. It closed. And then about a month later, I had an audition for Hell's Kitchen. And my friend Chris told me about the audition. He was like, hey, man, you're the only person I could really think of that could play this role in the show. And I was like, nah, I don't want to do another musical. Got the audition anyway. And then I saw the show, and I was like in tears at the end of the show, because it's such a beautiful show, and it's such a beautiful representation of, like I was talking about, black men specifically, young black men and vulnerable young black men. So I was like really ecstatic to audition for it, and then I ended up getting the role, and Alicia was very involved in that.
Excuse me.
And yeah, so then
Alicia was very involved.
Very involved.
Alicia was very involved.
Nah, she's mad cool.
Okay,
mad
but
cool.
wait. We cannot just brush that off. Okay, did you ever in a million years think that you would be working that closely with Alicia Keys?
Absolutely not. I sang with her very recently. She did this encore series that we're actually bringing back. I won't tell you when because we haven't announced it yet. But this encore series where she did like other songs that didn't make it into the show. So I ended up singing the song Diary with her. And it's online. And that's one of my favorite Alicia Keys songs.
Together with her?
Yes, with her. Yeah, and it was like she was playing the piano, and I was like, oh, she's like, and like she's nice at the piano, but I was like during the rehearsal, I was like, oh, she's nice. She's like cold at this, you know what I mean? So she's not famous for no reason, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, no, I never thought that I would be working with her, but then I did, the audition process, and then I did a put-in rehearsal because I was the first replacement of like a principal role in the show, and she was at the put-in rehearsal, and I was like. And I saw her just sitting in the audience. It was like 4 people in the audience. I was like, and so I'm singing her music with her for her. And then afterwards, we sat in just a piano room and just sang with each other, like through some of the music. And I was like, is anybody getting this on film? Or am I tweaking right now? But it was super cool. And it's been an amazing experience. So
and so how long have you been in Hell's Kitchen now?
I've been in the show for a year now, and my last show is where's the camera? This is the camera right here. My last show is November 30th over at the Schubert Theater. Come and see us, please.
Why is that your last show?
It's time to move on.
Okay.
I think artists, in order to grow, you need to let things go.
Right.
And I think that people don't a lot of people don't understand. Not to say by any means, but just people, period, are like, oh, why would you leave the show? And it's just like, oh, I need to make room for something else in my life. And sometimes in order to like, what is it? I don't want to get too mental and too deep on you, but in order to like make the plant grow, the pot gotta, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm in the pot right now, and I gotta expand my wings a little bit.
I got you.
That's all. I think I messed that up, butchered it.
No, you didn't. You're talking about repotting. Is what you're talking about.
All that being said, I said a lot of words. I need to repot. That's all it was.
No, but we get it. Pot. Yeah, we get it. No.
But it's time to go. I'm very blessed to have had the opportunity and to create space for somebody else to take over the role and put their own spin on it too. You know what I'm saying? So I feel very glad about that.
And in retrospect, you've been also developing your own stuff simultaneously.
Yes, simultaneously.
So there's that part to it as well. So let's talk about that because that's what you're going to be presenting today.
Yes, ma'am. I do my own music. I go under my artist name is Phil with a period. I think originally it was like just to separate my name because when you type in Phil in Spotify or Apple Music, it's like, what is that? And so then I just put the period and they were like, oh, there it is. That's your name. But yeah, I do a lot of this stuff. It started in college for me when I just started writing music. I was in a conservatory for musical theater, and I was in this place where this thing that I love started to become really like, it didn't exist in the same space for me where I love to do it, and now I'm like, I hate doing this. This is a thing. So I started to just create on my own dime, my own dollar, and it just got really serious, and I really, really, really love it. And I've been doing it for about a decade now.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Because it's a conversation we've been having, right? It's like it's one thing. Of course it's wonderful to be employed, but it's another thing to be deliberate about what you're crafting.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do, if you guys see these hats right here, this is also my merch. It's Glad Dad by Phil. It's something I do on my own. I design it. I sort of, do the whole mock-up design, all that stuff, and I get it distributed and I sell them. So,
so we got merch too.
I forgot to bring some, but I got a website for y'all if y'all want to go and check it out. You know what I mean? I got you when you come to the show.
Entrepreneur, baby.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I got you.
But I got you when you come to the show. I got you.
I'm ready to see Hell's Kitchen.
But no, this is like a big. I just wanted to make my own stuff, and I think specifically in acting, because there's only a certain amount of control, and I'm not a control freak, but I do enjoy having some sort of say. And until you get to a certain point, you don't have much of a say. So I'm like, okay, let me do my own thing.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? And then it also creates a different I bring a whole different energy to a lot of things that I do in the acting world.
And it frees you up.
Oh,
because you can do whatever you want.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you decide.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
And what are you doing for us today?
I'm doing this new song that I got called Up to You. It's actually the remix that this is this group called Aura Sound, or they're this collective. They're called Aura Sound. They reached out to me. My man Dante is actually here in the studio today, and he reached out to me. He was like, hey, I want to do a remix of the song. And I said, for sure, hit it. So sent him the joint, and he just sent it back, and I loved it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to that.
Yes, ma'am.
Phil, period, everyone. I had to throw the period in.
Yeah, I love it. I appreciate you. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, don't go anywhere, because when we return, Phil Punto is going to perform for us after the break you don't want to miss. Hey everyone, welcome back to Open. Here now to perform. Up to you. Let's give it up for Phil.
Y'all can put your hands together. Hey, I've been craving your love and affection, 'cause no one else in this world loves me better. And I know we shouldn't do this, but I'm out of excuses. If you're down, then let me know, 'cause baby girl, if he's waiting at home and expecting you to hit his phone, girl, so baby, tell me what you wanna do. You know that it's all up to you. Oh baby, 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 I won't tell it all, baby. Hey, I'll do what you want me to. So I'll be waiting, oh baby. It's up to you, yeah. I say, oh, how long will it take you to come over? Info is not for me, it's for the chauffeur. And you know that I'm impatient. Please don't keep me waiting. If you don't mind telling me again that I don't care. I said if he's waiting at home and expecting you to hit his phone, girl, babe. So baby, tell me what you wanna do. You know that it's all up to you, oh baby, yeah. I won't tell it all. It's all up to you, baby. Say no and love me like you do, baby. He ain't gotta know. I won't tell it all. I'll do what you want me to, babe. I say, oh, yeah. Say, baby, I can keep a secret even till I die. I ain't got no time to wait, baby. I'll be waiting. He ain't gotta know. Oh, I won't tell it all, baby. No, baby. Hey, please don't take your time, 'cause I'll be waiting, yeah, baby, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh, hey, hey, yes!
Okay. He's waiting. I loved it. I loved it, Phil, everyone. Oh my gosh. Yes, bringing back the R&B.
You know, we trying to do what we can, you know what I'm saying?
No, I love it. I love it. I'm dating myself now. And I'm like, yes.
She ain't past 21, that's all it is.
Oh, nice. Love it. Up to you, everyone. Once again, Up to You is available on all streaming platforms. And for more information on Phil, you can visit him on IG at Phil Good Music. And that is our show today, mi gente. Thanks to all our guests for coming through, and to you, our viewers, for tuning in. If you missed any part of the show, you can check out this episode throughout the weekend, 24 hours a day at BronxNet.tv. I'm Rhina Valentin, and from all of us here at Open, we would like to wish the men and women who serve this country a very happy Veterans Day, and we thank you for your service. May the universe provide paz, prosperity, y amor. Adios, everybody. Adios.